Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Owen Baya, Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it's a nice time to actually contribute to this important debate, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the budget policy statement, for which I'm happy to contribute to, is a policy direction for a government as we get into the budget itself, part of the budget cycle, Honorable Speaker. And this is a very important statement because it gives a fiscal direction. Where are we going to invest our money, and what are the ceilings and all that, so that as we populate the budget, Honorable Speaker, we are aware of the ceilings that are available and where the money should go. Actually, somebody told me that, one of my professors told me that if you want to know the direction of a nation, look at its budget. If what they say in public differs with what is in their budget, then there is a problem. But if what they say is actually what is in the budget, then you can see a direction. Sometimes you hear government says, you know, we're going to invest heavy in infrastructure, in ICT and all that. Then you come and look at what you have here and you don't see that there's Congress, Honorable Speaker. Again, Honorable Speaker, you hear that we have a problem of youth, the youth bulge. But then when you look at the budget, Honorable Speaker, you don't actually see them solving the problem within the budget. What I'm saying is this is a very important document, and it's upon us as Parliament to give strategic direction because you are the budget-making house. And therefore, that strategic direction of a country needs to start from here. If we can align this properly, then we can get the country on the right path, Honorable Speaker. But having said that, Honorable Speaker, I just want to touch on a few things. You see, there is 9 billion that has been budgeted for equalization. That is here in the policy statement, the statement about equalization. The equalization fund, Honorable Speaker, is a constitutional fund. And it has a timeline. I think we have now a few years to go. But what is the realization in terms of real-time development to actually equalize the country as envisaged by the people that midwife to the Constitution, Honorable Speaker? My people, the people from the coast, woke up very early to go and vote for this Constitution that we are proud of. And one of the reasons that they voted for this Constitution is because there was something called Equalization Fund that was meant to bring them to the same level with other regions of Kenya. But, Honorable Speaker, it is this House with CRA, Commission for Revenue Allocation, that distorted the formula completely, Honorable Speaker, and took money all over and distributed thinly such that we cannot realize what was intended by the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. My people are suffering. They are suffering, Honorable Speaker, because they cannot catch up with the rest of Kenya, because the other parts of Kenya that seem to have been very well developed in the past regimes, Honorable Speaker, took away the money again. They took away the money and took the money to their regions, Honorable Speaker. A very sad state of affair. And I want to ask the Honorable Atandi, in this BPS, realign the equalization fund. Realign it. And it should be your legacy, Honorable Atandi. For the few years that are remaining on the equalization, it should be your legacy. Then look at the areas that were actually first, I think there were 14 counties, Honorable Speaker, that were initially said to have been underdeveloped in the past, underserved in the past, and therefore we are putting, give me like 3 more minutes, Honorable Speaker, because I need to make this important point. Honorable Speaker.
We are adding you 1 minute.
No, two, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Atandi, the chairman, the Honorable Chairman, esteemed Chairman, please, as we push this, one of your recommendations out of this debate is that the equalization funds must be realigned to the regions that were initially supposed to have received this money, Honorable Speaker, so that it becomes a policy, a fiscal policy, so that we run away from what CRA did because it was being chaired by people who came from those well-to-do areas, Honorable Speaker. They took away the money. The areas of Northeastern, the areas of Coast, the areas of Nyanza that needed this money was robbed. I want to use that word. They were robbed of their money, Honorable Speaker. And I feel I feel betrayed sometimes. I feel betrayed sometimes on this aspect. That today we were supposed to have water in the coast in the marginalized areas. We don't have water 20 years after the promulgation of the new constitution, 10 years down the line, Honorable Speaker. We don't have water again. We don't have the roads. We don't have electricity. We don't have the things that we wanted to have through the constitution, Honorable Speaker. We are poorer now. But Honorable Speaker, the Equalization Fund is something that must make a difference, a big difference to communities, Honorable Speaker. And just that point, if you can help to realign equalization, the 9 billion that you have put here, Honorable Speaker, instead of my constituency receiving only 7 million, just imagine, 7 million, a region that for many years has been marginalized, Honorable Speaker. What does it receive at the end of the final year, the financial year? 7 million. What can you do with 7 million to equalize a region? What can you do? And it only comes one sublocation, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, there's something that we must do as Parliament, this 13th Parliament, this year, Honorable Speaker. The only thing that I think we need to realign in this BPS is the Equalization Fund and what we do with it, including policy change and change of the law, Honorable Speaker, so that it goes back to the areas that it was meant to go. Honorable Speaker, one of the interesting things that I find here, especially in education, Honorable Speaker, education can be used as a systematic tool to marginalize other people. Because if you give other regions better education and give other regions poor education because you're not giving them enough teachers, you're not giving them enough capitation, you're not giving them enough resources, what you're doing is you're systematically continuing to marginalize those areas as you elevate other areas. So what I would like to see, Honorable Speaker, in this budget policy statement, one of the things that you need to input here is an affirmative
1 minute.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. So if we are serious about equally developing this country, Honorable Speaker, in terms of human capital, in terms of human resource, Honorable Speaker, then we must change the budget policy statement to infuse affirmative action to areas which, can you imagine, my county, for the first time, it produced an A in KCSE last year. This year, it only has 5. But you go, that's the saddest part, Honorable Speaker. But you go to other areas, a location produces 20, 30 A's. A whole county produces 1 A. 2 A's, 3 A's, a whole county, Honorable Speaker. Now, if you look at why is it happening, it is because proper investment in the education sector has not been done. And if it has not been done, what do you expect? Do those people from those areas get the same opportunities to advance to jobs? They cannot. You cannot have equality or equity, Honorable Speaker, when you have that kind of state of affairs. What I would like to see in this budget policy statement, Honorable Speaker, and I want to ask Atan, is to infuse something here, and it will be your legacy. Affirmative action in those areas that education has been poorly performed in terms of scores and competencies, Honorable Speaker. Give them more resources to employ.
No, that's enough now. But you have been very good on your areas. I think I want to call upon the mover to reply. But remember what he has just told you about education, the 44,000. You know, ordinarily I would be speaking down there. The 44,000 teachers would completely revolutionize that area. And the health, honestly, is very important that we get that share working, because that's the bottom line.